Welcome to Is It True by St. Peter's Harold Wood Youth Team. I'm John. And this week, truth. One day, a Christian gave a talk to a group of people about the Christian faith, trying to show them that it was true. After the talk, someone ran up to the speaker and shouted at him, "Why is truth even important?" The speaker answered him straight back, "Do you want the true answer or the untrue answer?" You see, even in questioning whether true existed, that person was looking for the truth. In our country, at our time in history, people will often say things like, well, maybe Christianity is true for you, but something else is true for someone else. Christianity might be true for you, Islam might be true for someone else, and Buddhism might be true for your neighbor down the road. But does this make sense, this way of thinking about the category of true? What does true mean? Let's define truth like this. Truth is what corresponds to reality. It's what matches with the way things actually are. The earth is spherical is true because it matches with the reality. The earth is spherical. The statement, "my hair is blonde," is not true because it doesn't match with the way things really are. Truth is what matches with reality. We all get this actually. When a crime is committed and someone says they didn't do it, we know that they either did do it or they didn't. There is a true account of what happened, and maybe an untrue account too. When we go to the bank to check how much money is in our account, we want the bank manager or the banking app or the machine to tell us the truth about how much is in there. If I tell you something, then you will care deeply if it is true or untrue. And if it is untrue, you will call it a lie and you will call me a liar and you won't trust me. We care very deeply about truth in our everyday lives, and we know that there is such a thing as truth. Think about this for a moment. How would it be to live in a world where true and truth didn't exist, and you couldn't say whether something was true and something else wasn't true? Imagine you got on an airplane in that world, and you saw the person going into the cockpit, and you knew that they were not a pilot because you knew them. But they said to you, well, it's true for you that I'm not a pilot, but for me, it's true that I am a pilot. So I'm going to fly this airplane. Would you be happy to sit in that airplane? Why then are people so eager for there to be truth in our day-to-day life and know that it exists and is important, but wonder whether truth applies to the big questions about God? What about in religion then? Can they all be true? One true for one person and one true for another? Well, no. Truth means what matches with reality. So we can ask that truth question of religions and worldviews too. And we can use some basic logic. Here's maybe the most basic truth question we can ask of religions. What do all major religions and worldviews say about God? Well, atheism says that God doesn't exist. Islam says there is a God who is one. Hinduism says there are thousands, even millions of gods, and pantheism says everything and everyone is God. And the Bible teaches that there is one God in three persons, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. How then can they all be true? God can't both exist and not exist. All of those options I gave you could be untrue, but they cannot all be true. At Jesus' trial, Pontius Pilate thought he was being clever and cheeky when he asked Jesus, "What is truth?" Jesus had already made the public claim, "I am the way, the truth, and the life." But how do we know that that is true? Well, did that match with reality? Did that statement match with the way things really are? Well, that's what these videos are for, giving reasons to believe that Bible-based, Christ-centered Christianity is true. So please keep watching and search for the truth. Search for that which matches with the way things really are.